U.S. Steel has sold to Japan. One second. U.S. Steel has sold everything to Japan for $14 billion. They sold the rights to the name, they've sold the rights to the union, everything was bought out by there is going to be bought out by Japan. And they're getting a little bit of controversy because of that. So let's tune in and see what's going on with US Steel.
Welcome back. Well, U.S. Steel will be acquired by Japan's largest steelmaker, Nippon Steel, for more than $14 billion. But the deal is facing criticism from steel workers as well as President Trump. Fox Business's Lydia Hu is live in Braddock, Pennsylvania this morning with more. Lydia.
Yeah, good morning, Maria. We're in front of a steel plant that has been in operation for almost 150 years, powering the American Industrial Revolution, powering America through World War II and becoming an integral part of the economy. But this plant and about 24 other plants would be sold to a Japanese company if U.S. Steel gets its way in a multi-billion-dollar deal. Nippon Steel plans to buy U.S. Steel and that more than $14 billion purchase. And since talks of selling U.S. Steel were first made public in August, shareholders have certainly seen a boost, but the steelworkers are outraged. We talked with members of the Steelworkers Union who worry about their jobs and their future under a foreign company. Watch here.
It was the workers that drove the force for the profits to be made. And at the end of the day, they sold off to the highest bidder to line their own pockets and left these guys kind of holding the bag with an uncertain future.
I feel like they already haven't put America first by selling out to a foreign entity.
This is the craziest part about it, right? U.S. is known. This steel company was known for so many big things, and they've obviously made so much money because of it. But now that they're getting bought out by a foreign company, the people inside of the company are a little upset, and I could see why, because they are not certain of exactly what is going to happen to their future. They don't know whether they just plan to buy this company to throw it all to the ground, or if they're going to build it up even higher. We don't know the true intentions of what Japan is trying to do with the U.S. Steel company. And I'm kind of surprised that they let it go. They're letting this happen. I'm surprised that they're letting this happen. I'm surprised that they're selling this company for this amount of money, and Japan is the person who's going to buy it. A Japan company. Now they're going to have the biggest they're going to have the biggest steel company, not only in Japan, but they'll have it in the United States also. So I'm not sure why they're selling this. Maybe the managers or the owner is down bad and he just wants to get out, and he could have a great excuse of why he wants to sell. But I think the U.S. is so pro-U.S. right now that we're just like, we want everything to stay in-house. As much that can stay in-house, the better, pretty much. But let's continue.
Now, U.S. Steel said in a statement, Nippon Steel's investments will strengthen the American steel industry for the benefit of American customers, employees, and communities. Meanwhile, Nippon Steel has pledged to honor the union's collective bargaining agreement, promising no layoffs or closures. But concerns about the sale are reverberating across Washington and on the campaign trail. The White House has said that President Biden wants serious scrutiny of this deal, whereas former President Donald Trump has said he would block this merger. He talked to you about this in an interview on Sunday Morning Futures. Watch here.
How strong is China's influence on American politics, American business? Is it possible to decouple, or is it just tariffs the way you dealt with it? You used tariffs and sanctions against China.
I want to get along with China. I think it's great, but they've really taken advantage of our country, and we turned it around. We put big tariffs on steel. I saved the steel companies, and now Japan is buying U.S. Steel. U.S. Steel. You know what a name that is? That's the most important name. 50 years ago, there was no company like U.S. Steel. Now that Japan is buying it, I don't think I'd let that deal go through, by the way.
Now, Japanese media is reporting that Nippon Steel CEO.
You know, Trump is against it because Trump's a businessman and he's a U.S. first man. He's going to say straight up, yo, U.S. should be having this name. This is our company. Everything should stay in the U.S. And Trump is right. He did save a lot of companies from going underwater. He saved a lot of companies, especially throughout COVID. He saved a whole bunch of companies. But this one is shocking to see that we're giving up this $14 billion company to a Japan-owned steel company. It'll be interesting to see what they do with it in the next couple of years. Let's continue and bang this one out.
Was brushing off these concerns, insisting that this deal is going to proceed. But U.S. Steel did disclose in its recent annual report that litigation and union grievances and disputes could possibly or prevent the merger. We're going to follow every twist and turn. Maria, back to you.
All right, Lydia, thank you. Important story there.
So the sale is not finalized yet, but Nippon Steel is looking to buy U.S. Steel for $14 billion.